All right, here we go. Here we are back in the card room for lesson 2 of the COVID virus bridge lessons. Someday we'll be back together and we'll also review the things that we've done by ourselves when we get together. Today we're going to talk about actually opening the bidding. Now, you've all played bridge forever. There isn't one person who's listening to this who is under the age of 35. And so I know that you all learned your bridge many, many years ago, and you probably learned the Gorin method, all right, which changed. Gorin came after Eli Culbertson, and Eli had his decade of popularity. Gorin had several decades of popularity until the young tyros came along and began to change things with new ideas. You all learned, for instance, that you counted up for opening the bid purposes, you counted up your points, and you added for shortness. Now, shortness can either be an asset or it can be a liability. If you're short in the suit that your partner has lots of cards in, then your shortness is not an asset, it's a liability. Gorin told us that you add up your points, you throw in your shortness, and along came the guys that said, wait a minute, shortness may not be a good thing, we shouldn't take any points for it to start with. And so just the initial value of a hand changed with new ideas. So we're going to explore three different, that you have on your paper, three different categories. And the first category is the order of preference for opening the bidding. If you have 2 5-card suits, and I'm going to point you in the direction of the board. Okay, all right, so we're talking about 2 5-card suits, and when you have them, regardless of the quality of the suits, you always open the higher ranking. So this is a hand that I give to absolute beginners, because the temptation is they want to open a heart because the hearts are so good and the spades are so bad. But on the rule of with 2 5-card suits, you open the higher ranking, you're obligated to open a spade. So what will partner know about your hand? That you have value that is at least an opening bid, and that you have at least 5 spades. You say, well, when does partner get to know that I have 5 hearts? Because after partner bids, you bid hearts, and then you bid hearts a second time. And when you bid hearts a second time, that proclaims that you had 5 of those as well. And now partner, trump suits are made of pieces, not quality. So if your partner has 3 spades to the jack and only 1 or 2 hearts, they're going to get the ace, the king, the queen of spades, and then you still have 2 trump tricks, and you have all of these good heart tricks waiting to be taken. So you don't bend the rules, you just follow the rules and do what is the right thing to do. And of course, the second item under order of preference is that if you have only 1 5-card suit, that's the one that you open. And again, it doesn't matter if it doesn't have any points in it, that's the suit, because the message to partner is, that's the suit of my primary importance by dint of length. All right, let's go on to the third item on your list, and I'm trying to make sense of what I wrote here. If you have 2 4-card minors, all right, you open 1 diamond, getting ready if you need to bid 2 clubs. But if you do it the other way around, if you open a club and partner bids and you now bid 2 diamonds, you have now reversed and shown at least 16 points, and that your first bid suit, your clubs, are longer in length than your diamond suit is. So just follow the rules. If you have 4 diamonds and 4 clubs, just open a diamond and accept that that's the right thing to do. The fourth item on your list is if you're 3-3 in the minors, all right? I would say that this is an ivory snow time. It's 99.44% of the time you're going to open a club. I think you can make a case that if I had the ace, king, jack of diamonds and 3 clubs to the 10, I might bend a little bit and open 1 diamond, but basically if you're 3-3, you should open a club. And that takes me to, what about those of you who play in your groups that if you open a diamond it promises 4? That's really a bad agreement to make around the table. Let me go to the board for a moment and I'll talk while I'm trying to do it. And we're trying to make this heavy enough for you to see. So bear with. There's only one distribution in bridge that you generally are going to open 1 diamond with only 3. And you're going to have to pretend that there are enough points in all of these X's to have opened the bidding. Little imagination is useful. All right, and here come your 3 diamonds, and here come your 2 clubs. Now, many of you have heard of the author Bill Root, and in his book Common Sense Bidding, he makes the case for never opening a 2-card club suit. And when you open a diamond, you have 3 or more. And this is the definition of a convenient minor. I can't open a spade because I don't have 5 of them. Remember, you have points in this hand. I can't open a heart because I don't have 5 of those. But my better minor, by dint of length, is diamonds. And so I open a diamond. If your partner bids a heart, you're going to support hearts. If your partner bids 1 no trump, she doesn't have either 4 hearts or 4 spades. You don't have to worry about it anymore. So if you think about the ramifications, when you open a diamond, don't promise 4 of them. Okay, that's good advice. And the last item under order of preference is if you have a 6-card suit and a 5-card suit, which is the one that is more likely to become the trump suit? Let's give your partner 2 pieces in each one. You want to be in the 8-card suit, not the 7-card suit. So you open the 6-card suit, and let's say that your 6-card suit happened to be a minor. And you say, but I have a 5-card major. Wait a minute, we'll get to that. So I've opened a diamond, and partner bid a heart. And I now bid a spade, and partner thinks that I have 4 spades. And partner bids again, whatever. And now I bid 2 spades. And partner says, gee, she bid spades twice. Why did she do that? She must have 5 of them. Well, if she had 5 spades, why didn't she open them? Oh, she opened a minor first. That must be longer. So partner can actually work out what your distribution is when you do it the right way. So with 6-5, you open the 6-card suit and take the bidding from there. All right, the next group on your paper is, what do I do with 12-point hands? I played it at the In-Between Club for years, and Michelle used to have a poster board up that said, open all 12-point hands. Well, I'm here to tell you that there are 12-point hands that should be opened, and there are 12-point hands that should not be opened. And let's explore them off of your sheet. The first item is that if you have 3 aces, that's only 12 points. How many tricks will it take? Well, it'll take 3 tricks. Yes, open the bidding. I have a 12-point hand, and I'm going down to the second item. I have a 12-point hand, and I have an ace in one suit, and a king-queen in another suit, and a couple of other picture cards, and the whole thing adds up to 12 points. You have 2 quick tricks. You have an ace, and that's going to take a trick. And out of your king-queen together, that's going to take a trick. And so you say, why is that important? And it's important because the opponents are not always mute during the bidding. And so if you open the bidding, and let's say I open a heart, and they overcall a spade, and your partner bids 2 hearts, and they bid 2 spades. and I bid 3 hearts. Maybe I've got 6 hearts in my hand, and they bid 3 spades. My partner can count on me that even if I have only a 12-point hand, that I have 2 defensive tricks. I'll take an ace, I'll take a trick out of my king-queen, and so there is the expectation of some defensive power along with hearts in my hand. All right, the next item on there is, if you have 2 5-card suits. If you have 2 5-card suits and the whole thing adds up to 12 points, if your honor cards are in your long suits, that's an asset. Because if I have an ace and 4 other little cards, I'm going to be able to build something in the suit. But if I have a singleton ace, oh yes, it'll take a trick, but then I have no more help in that suit. So with 2 5-card suits and a 12 count, most of the time you're going to open the bidding unless the preponderance of your 12 points is in your short suits. Then you have to at least give some thought to it. The whole idea for looking at making better opening bids is, we've all sat there for an afternoon and said, oh, I haven't had any cards this afternoon, I'm getting so bored, I'm getting so tired, I'm ready to bid. Okay? A little discipline goes a long way. All right? When you open the bidding, your partner should have an expectation that you have something in your hand. We have all in our lives opened moderate hands and been sorry that we opened them, that as the bidding progressed, we said, oh boy, I wish I hadn't opened this hand. So what I'm trying to do is get you back to making better, stronger, more well thought out opening bids, so that you never have to have buyer's remorse on having opened the bidding and now been sorry that you did. All right, let's go on to the next item. How about third hand? Everyone knows you can open light in third hand. You could open with 11 points. Aha, but there's a catch to it. If you have a light, not an opening bid, you can't bid again. Because if you bid a second time, you confirm to your partner that you have a robust opening bid. So if you're going to open light in third seat, you have to be able to pass comfortably anything partner bids. So let's say that I have a doubleton spade in my hand and I've opened a diamond and partner has bid a spade. It's not fair for me to pass with my doubleton. She could be on a 6-card fit, and that wouldn't be fair to her. But if I have 3 spades, and I open a diamond, and partner bids a spade, I can pass and let my partner play in a 7-card fit and not be unhappy about it. And I have fulfilled my obligation in terms of having opened the bidding in third seat. Why do you want to open light in third seat? And the answer is, you're protecting against the idea that your partner might have had 11 or 12 or even a really bad-looking 13 count in first seat and elected to pass. And you and your partner own the balance of power. If I have 11 and partner has 11, that's 22 out of a 40-point deck. So we have 22 and they have 18. That's the balance of power. We should be at least trying to play the hand, all right? So you have to be judicious in opening the bidding in third seat. Just look at it and say, can I comfortably pass whatever partner might bid? If the answer is yes, go ahead and bid it. If the answer is no, pass in third seat. And now we get down to fourth seat openers, all right? There is something called the Rule of 15. And the Rule of 15 says if you're in fourth seat and you have a marginal should I or shouldn't I opening bid, count up your high card points, throw in the number of spade pieces that you have. And if that all adds up to 15, go ahead and open the bidding. And if it doesn't, pass the hand out, let's get on to the next hand. The rule of 15, depending on where you live in the United States, has two other names. Some of you may have heard of it referred to as Pearson points, and some of you may have heard of it referred to as the casino count. All right? Don't ask me where those things came from. I have no idea. All I know is that those are alternate terms for the rule of 15. While we're talking about fourth seat openers, and it's not on your sheet, I think there's one more that you should have some speaking familiarity with. Let us say that you have a 6-card heart suit and a 12 count. All right? It is a hand that you would open a heart, and if necessary, bid 2 hearts because you have 6 of them. All right? Watch this. If the bidding has gone pass, 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 and I open 1 heart, I also open the door to my left-hand opponent having an easy 1 spade or 2 clubs or 2 diamond overcall. And now they've gotten some information in. But if I open 2 hearts, it's much more difficult for them to bid 2 spades or 3 clubs or 3 diamonds. So in fourth seat, what sounds, Carol Burnett, what sounds like a weak 2 bid is actually a moderate 1 bid with 11 to 15 high card points. Pass, 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 2 diamonds, 2 hearts, 2 spades, 6-card suit, 11 to 15 points. Now it's not forcing, partner has the information. Let's say the partner has an 11, 12 point hand and says, and it has some pieces in your suit and says, well gee, I don't know if you have 11 points or 13 points or maybe even 15 points. How would partner ask you? And she can ask by bidding 2 no trump. Pass on my left, pass by my partner, no opening bid, pass on my right, 2 hearts, pass, 2 no trump. Partner, I have some hearts for you and an interesting hand. Where are you on your 11 to 15 points? And if I'm on the bottom or dead set in the middle, she didn't open the bidding, we probably don't have a game, I'll pass. 14, 15 points with the 6-card suit, and partner has some help for my suit, I'm going to take it to game. So here's another wrinkle in opening in fourth seat. Okay? Remember, when we get together, I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask questions about any of these things. Boy, we're going to have a lot of questions. All right. And what about the third section on your lesson sheet is, I have a 5-card major, and I have 15, 16, or 17 points and no trump distribution. Should I open a no trump, or should I open with my 5-card major? And there is, well, Marty Bergen in his book Point Schmoint says, always open a no trump. I have a slightly different take on it, and I'm going to share that with you. The more points I have in my 5-card suit, the more important the suit is as opposed to no trump. So I think item 1 on your lesson sheet, C1, is if you have 6 or more points in your 5-card major, open the major. Understand that at this moment, if I open the major, you won't know I have 15, 16, 17 points and no trump distribution. But if I open 1 no trump, you won't know that I have a 5-card major. So whichever choice you make, the other piece of information goes begging, and so you're scrambling to get the other side of the coin in. C2 says if you have 5 or fewer points in your major, open a no trump unless you have, and I think the term in the lesson sheet is a dead suit. Let's say that I have a 5-card major and I have 3 diamonds to the 8. That's a dead suit. Suddenly, my 15, 16, 17 points look a little bit less like I want to play no trump because of my dead suit. So even though I have 5 or fewer points in my major, I'm going to open the major anyway. If your hand is heavy in points in your short suits, and you don't have a very good 5-card major, then what does the hand look like? What importance does the hand seem to have? You look at the hand and you say, this looks like a no trump hand. So you should open 1 no trump, all right? So there is no I always or I never. You're going to have to make a value judgment when that hand comes down the pike. And will you always make the right choice? If you do, I want to play with you as my partner. You may not want to play with me because I don't always make the right choice. I make the choice that seems to be correct at the moment. How it works out is something entirely different. So we've tried to give you some solid information to kind of beef up your opening bids. You've been making opening bids for 30 or 40 or 50 or sometimes 60 years. For me, it's been 70 years that I've been making opening bids. All right, and I've changed. I used to add in for shortness, just like Mr. Gorn told me to do, all right? But through the years, as better ideas came along, I changed, and I'm hoping that you're willing to make some adjustments to your game as well. Be well, stay well, see you around the campus.